presence. All right, hello everyone and welcome back. Welcome to Song of the Deep, the Frozen Wastes. Today with a slightly expanded cast. As you can see right below me is MarlonDadJokes on Twitter, who is guesting as Xana-Ra, and yes, he brings the Gunhammer. I'm Lydia, I'm Half-House Hermit. I'm going to be your GM today on this wonderful show. Welcome everyone watching on stream, of course on Twitch, and if you're watching on YouTube, hello as well. I hope you managed to stay clear of any spoilers so far, and I hope you are having a wonderful time as well. Thank you everyone who's joining us today. Do keep those clips coming as well, because we love them, we want them, and we are always enjoying them in our Discord. Link is in chat if you want to join, and if you're watching on YouTube, it's right underneath in the little box with all the information, all the credits, and all the links you would want. Also wanting to say thanks for our sponsors, of course, our very own sponsor, Snowhaven High Level Games. We have so much fun with your setting, with all the monsters, with all the creatures, with all those fantastic NPCs, and little prompts and little bits of information and plot hooks. If you want to check that out, there is a link for you as well. But we also have many other games throughout the week, sponsored from of course, our Modiphius. I'm actually having to focus now every time I say it. Thank you, Tom. That is your fault. Modiphius game, Achtung Cthulhu, GM'd by Colin here by our Bastien. To Zweihanders Flames of Freedom, both on Tuesday. On Wednesday, we have I Hunt, GM'd by Savvy. Am I pointing into the right direction? Probably not. By Savvy. Thank you very much for that as well. And Accent Punk with our Marlon down here on Thursdays for Sugar Games and the Wrong Brothers, and of course Friday with Defiant. Thank you so much for making all of this happen. But that being said, who is really making stuff happening? Because it's certainly not me, it is these lovely people around me. So we are going to start with Pickle today. Draco, if you want to introduce yourself and who you're playing, and then we're going clockwise. So Noir, you're next afterwards.
I get to go first. I don't need to know clocks today. So I am Draku. I am playing Pickled Fish, aka Pickle, who is a chaos or entropy wizard. Or is she? I'm currently experimenting with some different forms of magic, and because I lost my spellbook, so I'm trying to see what fits for me now. And that's me.
Hello,
Noir.
everybody. I am Noir. You can find me on Twitter and Twitch as the Noir Enigma. This Thursday is the premiere of my show on my Twitch channel, The Lonely Throne, so please do give that a look. It comes out 4 p.m. Central. It's part of a campaign setting that I've been writing for 20 plus years, so I really appreciate it if you checked it out. That's me.
I am Marlon. I do dad jokes once every 6 months on YouTube, and I'm a huge fan of Encounter Roleplay and these fine folks, and I'm just looking forward to having a good time.
I'm Colin at Colonomicon on Twitter and other places, and I'm playing Bastien, the bard who maybe can't bard anymore. So rough spot. Classic sad boy, just got sadder. Not doing great. That's me.
Hello, and I am Savvy. I am at Savvy Seaworth on the internets. Like Lydia said, I'm here a couple of days a week, and on Mondays, I play Phöebe, the cleric of the moon, who's going through a lot right now, I would say. There's a lot going on up there. So, that's me.
I would agree, yes. Last episode we had a little bit of a big boom at the end, at least emotionally speaking, when Phöebe regained a lost memory. It was a heavy episode in general. It was a little bit of possibly calm before the storm when they came to Dragon's Mouth, a Yeti settlement in the frozen wastes. They were given food and drink and a very nice place to spend the night. There was a little bit of chatter, but also a little bit of unease as Lorenzo's been dealing with no longer being able to quite hear the storm he's been following for so long, as Pickle was still trying to figure out her way, her new path, and couldn't quite get a hold of neither being a paladin, nor a bard, nor a cleric. We also had Bastien receiving a message from his dear sister, which I think is safe to say fucked him up a little bit. And we had Phöebe standing in front of the Psyche, the religious leaders of the settlement, being told that while they might have some idea as to what's been happening to her and why a strange entity has been calling her a shard, they cannot tell her why, which is always a bullshit excuse, isn't it? And she has to find out for herself. So off they went to the top of a dragon's mouth, under the stars and under a dreamer and dancer moon, for a ritual to bring back Phoebe's lost memory. And Bastien had to pay a price. Anything, he said, and anything became everything. As Sarastra took a lot more than he possibly bargained for, but was still yet willing to give Phoebe's memory returned. And Pickle, Bastien, and Phöebe became witness to several incidents in Phoebe's childhood of worship, of belief. But for once it wasn't Phöebe worshipping Sarastra, it was people, random people in the city of Zobek worshipping her, ending in a broken body, struck down by a believer who took things too personal, too far, protecting his goddess in the worst way possible. And this is where we come back to Phöebe, Bastien, and Pickle opening their eyes on the top of Dragon's Mouth, having seen what they have seen.
Did it work? I think I saw something. But okay. I'm a little concerned with what that means, though.
Me too. Phoebe?
I wish I knew why.
Me too.
Thank you. Thank you.
It was never a question.
Did you see her?
Yeah. I did. She was, exactly what I was expecting, and not at all what I was expecting at the same time.
Yeah, that seems right.
In hindsight, yes, it does.
I'm sorry if that was upsetting.
I wouldn't call it that. I think I'll need some time to think on it.
Okay. Yeah.
Are you okay? Both of you? Pickle? Are you... everyone... It's not every day you interact with gods. Is everyone unharmed?
I think I'm okay.
I'm confused.
Yeah, me too. I don't feel well. I think I need to lie down.
Okay.
Pickle, would you mind very much, just picking these things up and bringing them back down?
Of course, I'll get it all tidied up. You go rest.
Okay.
Should one of us come with you?
No. It's quite all right. I'm sure you have a lot to think about. And so you should take your time and think about it.
Okay.
I'll be back in the room. I think I'm just going to have a little lie down. But come if you need anything, just you know where I am. And Bastien heads down the hilltop by himself, kind of just staring at the ground as he goes, just like focusing on keeping one foot in front of the other, to get back down to the room where his dulcimer is, because he needs to test something.
Yeah. We'll stay with Phöebe and Pickle. You see Bastien almost stumble away.
And Pickle
So you
has
saw
started to kind
the
of...
whole thing?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
Well, she's
Go ahead.
just started to kind of gather things, and that's that.
So you saw the whole thing? The memory?
I think so. Yes. It was a little strange. Not really what I would have expected. But it kind of answers a few questions. So that's
Yeah.
interesting.
It's left me with some more. Do you you don't think any differently of me, do you?
I don't think I do. I mean, you've always been Phöebe. And even after that memory, you've kind of always been Phöebe. So, it might take some getting used to. But if Lorenzo can be a Dampier, and you can be a goddess, then we're a pretty different group of friends, I think. And that's nice.
I don't know what I am. I'm worried that Bastien doesn't feel the same way you do.
Yeah. Bastien... he didn't really react how I thought he would. I hope he's okay, though. But
I don't want
it
him
was
to hate
important.
me.
I don't think he could ever hate you. But he just kind of seemed different. But maybe we should give him a little time?
Yeah, you're right.
You're feeling
We
okay,
should
though?
probably... Yeah. Yeah. In one piece. We should probably get out of the snow.
As you gather all the items that were used for the ritual, in a silence that is tense, with a moonlight that, possibly for the first time in your life, Phoebe feels a little bit less protective. And a little bit more like a question mark. Almost a dare. You gather these items and you make your way down. Now, Lorenzo, as you left the ritual, coming back down past the park, you were hearing something odd. You were looking down just across that little ledge down into the market area. You were hearing something in the middle of the night. Market stalls that were technically all resting, all covered in canapes and marquises and cloth, but there is one stall that is open, actually just in the process of being set up. And there is a large yeti dressed in slightly different clothes from what you've been seeing so far in this particular settlement. You don't know their name, but it is Xana-Ra. Marlon, if you want to join us for this. Tell me what Xana-Ra is doing exactly, what he looks like as he's setting up his stall now that he's back home for a little while.
Xana-Ra is a very, very fancy dressed Yetu. He's sort of, he's almost looking in a specific direction as he plays with his hair, plays with his beard, and sort of makes sure the more steam-powered elements of his shop burst with steam.
Is it a whole lot of things that look like they're about to explode?
That's exactly what it is. Like Burger King when they're trying to draw in people with their flame broiled burgers. But with steam.
There's a wide array of items that you have there and that you're laying out for tomorrow's market day. Lorenzo, you see that walking past him as Xana-Ra is sort of humming to himself or even talking to himself a little bit, busy with setting everything up. He hasn't noticed you quite yet, but there are weapons there and you had lost yours.
Just going to make my way over to the stall. Not really say anything, just kind of take a look around.
Hello there.
Hello.
What seems to be your name, fellow?
Lorenzo.
Lawrence?
Lorenzo.
Florence. Very nice to meet you, Florence. That's a lovely, lovely name. You don't look like you're... Huh? What was that?
With an L. Lorenzo.
Florish, yes. Yes, I heard it the first time. Very good. That's a pretty name. Yes. You don't seem very bitten by the weather.
It's not bothering me as much as it was before.
Yes. Why do you think that is?
Do you ask for idle conversation, or would you like to know?
Idle conversation is my middle name.
Then you must have a very long name.
Yes. It is Xana-Ra idle conversation, Ra.
And I suppose my name is now Florence Lorenzo.
Yes. I like that. Come in, Flourish. Come in.
He follows inside.
Lorenzo, when he says Xana-Ra, that does ring a bell for you. You remember Xana-Ra around the campfire telling you about the guns, about the steam-powered weapons, and you remember mentioning his brother.
Yes, I believe, Xana-Ra, that I have heard about you.
Oh, you've heard about me? From Snowhaven, my
Yes.
shop?
No, just your reputation. Apparently you make interesting items.
Interesting indeed. Tell me, where have you heard these stories from?
I believe your brother.
My brother. Oh, yes. Very good. So you're friends with him then?
In a matter of speaking.
In a matter of speaking. Is it difficult for you to find a friend, Flourish?
Yes.
Yes. Why do you think that is? As he picks up different small little tools and accoutrements, and he picks them up and he's like, no, that wouldn't interest you. He puts that down and he picks another one and he goes, yes, this might. Here.
He just
And he
takes
hands you this. It looks like a little canister, a little sort of tube. Don't open that. Not until you have what you need. You'll need more of that, by the way.
I have no idea what this is.
Yes, that is what friends do for each other. They give each other things that maybe they haven't deserved yet.
I have friends. I think they give me too many things that I don't deserve, is all.
That's friendship, Flores.
Do you have an axe? I wield axes.
There's many axes, but that's not why you're here, is it? There's something else you have a desire for, isn't there, Flourish?
I needed to get away from. It's not. Why am I telling you this? I just walking and I saw your shop.
Yes, and you came in, and now you're holding one of my items, and now we're talking.
Yes.
So let's be. Let's just be, shall we? I need some help shutting up. My wife couldn't come with me. She's mad at me again. You know how those go. Do you have a wife?
No.
Oh, they're the most fantastic thing, let me tell you. They make you feel strong when you're weak. They tell you you're kind and true when you feel like all you are is a lie. Wives are fantastic.
There is someone that I'm interested in, but I sincerely doubt she would do anything you described. Why am I still holding this?
Yes, I need you to bring them over here. Bring them over here, yes. And then he sort of starts setting up, and he's like, yes, put them right here, yes, gently.
Oh, okay.
I would prefer if you shed gently while you did it.
Gently.
Very good, Flourish. Very good. Oh, yes. What is her name?
Katrin.
Oh, that's a very pretty name. Katrin.
Does
Does she know of your feelings?
I don't think so.
Why not, Flourish?
It's complicated.
Ah. Those are the best stories. Like this story, right here. You see that? That beautiful, beautiful weapon above your head? You see this sort of hanging, a series of hanging sort of weapons. I'm a fan of guns. I see you are.
We don't have guns in my world.
Oh. In your world?
I'm country.
In your country, yes. Yes, indeed. In your world. You see, that weapon up above you, it came to me in a sort of dream, Flourish. I had been partying in Snowhaven with my friends. We got into some of the, but never mind that. And I fell asleep. What is what?
The weapon. What?
I can't. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm having a hard time naming it. Me and the wife go back and forth constantly, but I don't know. What would you name it?
What does it look like?
What do you think it looks like?
You motherfucker. I am going to say this looks like a dagger with a revolver's barrel right where the blade meets the hilt.
Oh, that's
Yeah, that's
that's
right. Y'all thought
impressive.
I was gonna go straight to the Gunhammer? Fuck y'all. We gonna make you wait for it. We gonna make you wait for it.
Yes,
Wait for
this
it,
is
wait for it, wait.
yes. I was wanting to do a bit of practice with this new device. What do you say?
Okay.
Take
I
it down.
don't know how to use it. Oh, he just takes
Just
it.
grab it.
Can't. Okay, I have it now. What?
Good. You've got the canister. Now you insert it
Okay.
near the trigger. Now don't fire it in here. Fire it outside so everyone can hear the steam. What we need is attention.
Isn't everyone sleeping currently?
It's time to wake them up. You know those shikes? I hate them. I'd love to jack some shikes up myself.
You're a very strict man, Zan. Idle conversation. Zan, idle conversation, bro.
Oh, I am.
He walks outside with a dagger, and he puts the trigger while at the sky.
All right. It is the area that is just outside the sort of the mouth of the dragon at the entrance. And when you head up, there are, as always, 2 guards in the little huts next to it, looking a little bit confused at you. But Xana-Ra, behind them, there is Noir. Roll me an insight check, please.
Okay. 18 plus. All right, dumb. 18.
It's not dumb, just not very wise. 18 is still decent. You see a journey of emotion on their face when they see Xana-Ra. There is, oh no. And then the connection between you, oh, this could be fun. It's not us. He's got another fucker. Okay, cool. And then they kind of set up to watch whatever is happening. You are getting from this that Xana-Ra is known in a very specific way to these guards that is somewhere in between bemusement, despair, and readiness to quit the job at whatever he fucking does next.
I raise my hand to the sky. I press the trigger, and what happens?
He puts his pistol in the sky, and there
Wait!
is. I'm so happy. I'm so sorry for the copyright infringement. There is a strange pressure that you are familiar with from having shot the rifle. And then just on the side of the blade, where at first you hadn't seen a little barrel, it looked like decoration. It was beautifully etched, actually. A bullet propels up into the night sky. It is just a little... It seems to be another steam-powered weapon with that canister rather than gun-powered. So, yeah, it's a little bit of recoil, not too much. Less than there was with the rifle.
This is Pickle might like this. Do you have anything like this but bigger?
Oh, I have many, many items. Let me show you, but do you see where the bullet went?
No, it was moving rather fast.
Exactly. It's funny how far we can go with some help behind us. Let's see. And he walks around and he grabs, I have these knuckle knives. And he shows you the knuckle knives. It's got mini claws. Look at this spinny shield of stabbing. And he shows you this shield with barbs, and that could be spun and slashed. He's got crossbow bolts, and he's also got this. You see him go over to these sort of axe-looking things.
You have my
They-
attention.
oh yes, these are the chimichangas. These
Chimmy.
ah
Changa.
Never mind. I met someone in another world, like you ascertain. Oh, these are gun axes.
See, I am interested.
Oh yes.
The axes have a very simple design, similar to the dagger, except for that extra, almost like a pipe, similar to the dagger and similar to the rifle, that is on the side of the axe and the shaft, the wooden shaft. Yes, I said shaft, chat, have at it. And you can see that little opening at the top where the bullet that you are now familiar with will probably come out. You see the little button on the side, again similar to the rifle, and on that pipe, on that barrel, really, there are some intricate decorations similar to the ones you've seen around the door entrances, the cavern entrances of Dragonmouth.
I like those. What else do you have? We'll keep those in the likely pile. You're
muted? But you're heading back to the shop where he
Yes.
keeps all
Yes.
of the rest.
I've also been working on a prototype. My newest invention. But it's not ready yet.
What?
You're curious.
I am.
What is it you'll use these weapons for, Flourish?
I don't know. I'd like to think for good.
Yes. I think someone who can love so deeply would want to use items such as these for love. So, curious. Where is your world, Flourish?
Back in Midgard.
I've never heard of such a thing. Tell me about this Midgard.
It's colorful. There are more colors there than there are here. It's warmer. There are beautiful parts and ugly parts as well. I think my world has more monsters than yours. Or at least different ones.
Would I be a monster in your world, Flourish?
No. A specter to be, but not a monster.
Ah, yes. I live to entertain.
I can tell. It's almost
What
as
do
if
you
you're
know?
not on the... What do I know of what?
I guess that I have curiosities of my own, Flourish. I have items for which to sell you. But forgive me if I feel guilt over the idea of selling you items that you could use for the good of our world. And yours.
I don't have much coin, but I am true to my word.
There is another part of the story I was going to tell you. Back in Snowhaven, when I was experimenting with several items, I had a dream. I had a dream of a storm. And I saw a man. And that man was talking to the storm. And he was scared, so scared. And for 1 second, he wanted it to end. And then he farted. The storm was gas. And he sort of walks away and starts to play with some of the other devices and stuff that he has, and starts to try to Pickle sounds powerful. And he starts to play with some devices, trying to find something that would work for this pickle you mentioned.
You have no idea how powerful. I would channel the storm. It was external. It's different these days. Lately. Why am I telling you this?
Flourish, I don't believe we met on accident, my friend. And I have a very, very vested interest in your success. But I'm not drunk enough to tell you.
Well, maybe
I would
can
require
sober
a pot.
you up.
I'm not looking to be sober. I'm looking for a party. We're going to need a musician. We're going to need storytellers. We're going to need to make a few people upset.
Yeah, I think we can do that.
You arrange a good time for me, and my prototype is yours.
Very well. I mean, easy enough. Storyteller. I've got that. And upsetting people. Well, if I can't do it, Pickle can. And he starts to walk off, but before he leaves, he goes, can I show you something?
Yes, please.
I haven't shown anyone this yet.
I am honored.
And he closes his eyes. Then he opens them again. Of wind that goes upward. And there's light strikes all around him. And he goes, That was the man you saw talking to the storm. But it wasn't farting. It was this.
Incredible. Absolutely incredible. You are he who talks to the storm. And what will you say to it?
Hello.
Yes.
That's it.
I like it. Give the storm my love.
Well, I'll bring the party.
I'll be waiting.
Then he walks off.
Oh, 1 second. Before you leave.
Yes, I covers.
Take that with you. The weapon that you pulled down that was hanging from above you.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah,
Take it as a loner.
of course. Pickle will love it. Thank you, Xana-Ra.
You're welcome, Flourish.
Lorenzo.
Yes, Flourish. Very good.
Just walks off, face palming so hard.
Somewhere in the distance, you can hear the rumble of a storm chuckling to itself. All right, that was beautiful. Thank you. I need to recover from this. Oh, we are heading back to Bastien. All right, with the feels. Who is walking back to the cavern, back to his dulcimer.
So that's the deal. Okay. Okay. That's the deal. He puts his dulcimer down, looks around for his sword belt. Guess I'll need something new then. How hard can it be? Extremely difficult, you idiot. What are you saying? Well, it's a new day. New day, new Bastien. Whoever the hell that is.
Behind you, you hear a chord being struck on the dulcimer. And when you turn around, there is a woman holding the dulcimer in her hands. The face you saw just a few minutes ago.
Haven't you done quite enough today?
Am I so angry, Bastien?
Did I wrong you? Was I not a good and faithful servant to you my entire life? I wasn't devoted like she was. I didn't swear my life to your service, but I kept your sacraments. I praised your name, did your rituals. And I love your sister. And this is what you do to me? This is how you treat your followers who act out of compassion. You take from them. Just like your creations. Just like the horned devils that you made that inhabit the Shadow Realm, all you do is take. You have no respect for love. I really wanted to believe that you were better than your creations. But I see now I was wrong.
The gods are never better than their creations. We cannot be. We should not be. What is the point of creating, if not to create something that will surpass you? I thought you would know what it's like to create.
I did. It's who I am. It's not just what I do, it's my identity.
And that is
You
not
took it.
something I could take away from you, even if I tried. It is for you to give, but is not mine to take. My sister can decide for herself if you're worthy. But I couldn't quite resist. And she plays another chord and vanishes. And around the strings around the neck of the dulcimer is strung a bracelet with moonstones.
It's a bit late for presents. Though I can't say I don't appreciate you finding it.
And in your head, you hear a voice that betrays the fact that this goddess has a little bit of humanity left in her, saying, "For fuck's sake, just say thanks and take it."
Thank you.
You're a good man, Bastien. Don't make me regret this. And there is menace, a little bit of menace in that last word.
You are... well... as I said to your sister. Exactly as I expected and not what I expected at all. But... nonetheless... thank you. I don't...
There isn't. Sorry.
I don't regret a candle that I lit in your honor.
It is at that point that Phöebe and Pickle return to the dwelling, to the cavern.
Hi.
How are you feeling?
Fine. A little faint, I think. Magic, wears you out. But better now, much better. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. We were just worried.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to run off like that. I hope you don't think that that I was distressed by any of that. It's not. It doesn't change anything, Phöebe.
Okay.
It wasn't that. I just had to think through a few things, but it has nothing to do with... I know I'm sorry that I left. I'm sure you needed someone to talk to then, and I don't feel good that I left you up there. I don't know what I'm trying to say here, other than while it's certainly a very, very big deal, it's not a big deal. That's not exactly... Do you understand where I'm...
I think I understand. And it's okay.
Okay.
Really.
Thank you for getting all that Pickle. Appreciate that.
Of course.
Are you okay?
And don't worry, I stumbled over my words a few times too.
Yeah, it's becoming a specialty of mine. Let the music do the talking, eh? Not so good with the words.
Just takes practice.
I've got a lot of catching up to do. Right, well, I don't mean to sour an already tense mood here, but I believe we're getting evicted in the morning, so we might want to pack.
Right.
Lorenzo, this is where you come in. Still carrying that little gun dagger from Xana-Ra. Still a little bit confused, I guess.
Pickle. I went walking. I met a strange man. This and thought of you. Do not point this at us, trigger. Okay?
Okay, I can handle that, I think.
He can't send the dagger. In fact, this man, Xana-Ra, he's,
Xana-Ra?
Yes, he's a dear man. I think he's a little lonely. He requests a party, specifically a musician, a storyteller, and some troublemakers. I told him that I had just the people that he's looking for. So, if you're all not too terribly tired, I'd love to introduce you. Perhaps we can entertain the strange man.
Enzo, normally I'd be all about that, but I mean, I don't want to speak for anyone else, but I'm not sure we're in a big partying sort of mood right now.
It would be a favor to me. He has weaponry. I don't have any weapons. And he's willing to part ways with a few of his protests. I wouldn't impede on. I wouldn't ask this of any of you if I don't have the means to pay. Is all.
I'll go.
He
Sounds like fun.
he specifically requested all of us. Well, not in so many words. He needs a storyteller, a troublemaker, and a musician. As fond as I am
Which
of
one
your
am I?
drumming, you are quite clearly the storyteller. As fond as I am of Pickle, I think this is a job for Bastien.
We'll see how it goes.
Thank you.
A distraction will probably be good.
It'll be fun. I'm sure. I'm fun. He's fun. This will be fun.
Do lots of people describe you as fun, Lorenzo?
No one describes me as fun.
Okay, I didn't think
I'm
so.
sure I've called you fun.
I think you were.
I don't know if I meant it, but I'm sure I've said it at some point.
You have to see his inventions there. He truly enjoys guns and things. I have what this prototype is. And yeah, he's just gonna try and lead them on.
So you tell them about this man, Xana-Ra, and do you tell them about the evening that you've had and kind of the various things he's shown you as well? Or is it a surprise for them?
That is, that's gonna be... He will say, he isn't great with names.
Oh god, I want to see this now.
And that's all he'll say. And he's gonna bring them to Xana-Ra.
All right, Xana-Ra, are you still at your shop, market stall, cave thingy?
Yes, he has probably sent out some of his more rambunctious friends to gather a small little and when I say small, I mean the opposite, little gathering. He's looking to make a ruckus.
Oh god. Xana-Ra has a reputation, as at least Lorenzo gleaned a little bit. Xana-Ra has a presence and has a general strange power to convince people to do the stupid thing. There's a reason his brother was a little bit apprehensive about that part of his personality. And his brother at this point is nowhere to be seen. But there's a group of various Yeti, and in fact, there's your friends from the road as well. Estrelle and Agna, Nell, they have gathered. How far along is that gathering already? Like, by all means, you tell me what that looks like right now, Marlon.
He's probably been thinking about this during his journey, wanting to gather this crew. So he's wanting people from when he kind of snow ran, or was that a snow runner or an ice
Runner, yeah, Ice Runner.
Ice runner, yeah, an ice runner. And he's just pulling all of every tribe, nation, whatever, pulling them in for Xana-Ra Con.
Alright, I feel like this is probably not the first time you've done this. I feel like since you've left for Snowhaven, and whenever you do come back, shit goes down in some way, shape, or form.
Yes.
So help me, is there a particular friend of yours that you've been missing that would be the first one to go along with any crazy idea of yours that would help you organize this?
I don't think she'll like it, but she's definitely one of the Sikhs or the Sykes. Asher.
Oh, the Psyche.
Ashir. Yeah, with Psyche. Yeah, he doesn't like some of them, but Ashir and him, I feel like,
Mm-hmm.
if he's gonna get away with it, you're gonna need someone, who could help him pull it off.
I
He's also
think
got masks.
I like that idea.
He's also
You
got
have-
masks and stuff for people who are non-Yeti to dress up and put like Yeti cosplay on.
Just where we are looking at like 1 or 2 in the morning, right?
Yeah, absolutely. You come back.
I love Xana-Ra with my whole heart.
You come back to hear voices in a previously empty market square, and you come back, which was only like half an hour, I think, to some of the market stalls being open again, and some of those lights that are floating around already there, and people. And already a couple of folks playing music, already a couple of folks having drinks in their hands. It is almost unnatural how quickly Xana-Ra was able to gather a couple of folks. You do see him talking to a couple of Yeti. Sheer is not visible to you guys just yet. But you did not expect this gathering to be quite so big and so quickly gathered. And a couple of Yetu are looking at you as you join. You see Xana-Ra sort of talking to a group of them. How do you approach?
Sorry, Beth. I just be paying for kind strange old man. But I'd imagine this not the crowd, so you'll be fine. I'm sure we can find two. I brought our musician, the storyteller, and me and Pickle are gonna be sharing timers.
Oh yes, this is exciting. So introduce me to them one by one, please, please, please. Flourish, I told you you had friends. I knew it. Look at you. And he sort of grabs your cheek and squeezes it. And then when he does it, he sees one of your teeth and he says, "Oh yes, roll to the tail."
Xana-Ra, this is Picklefish.
Pickle, very nice to meet you, Pickle. And
It's
he
nice
gets
to meet
down.
you.
He gets down to our eye level, and he says, "Pickle, tell me a secret."
I actually really like cranberry pastries.
Oh, I've
Pickle.
never told anyone I liked pecan pie before. These secrets are good. We'll see what we can do about that powerful one. Please continue, Flourish.
This is Phöebe.
Oh, Phöebe. Very nice to meet you, Phöebe. He walks over and he says, "Phöebe, tell me something, a secret, something you've never told anyone."
My hair wasn't always this color.
Oh my gosh, that's exciting. Very good. Flourish, continue on.
Lastly, not least, we have Bastien, our musician.
Bobbert?
Bastien.
Buffkin.
I was afraid to see what you would think my name was. It's good to meet you, Xana-Ra. My name is Bastien.
Very nice. Oh yes, very nice to meet you, Betty Jude. Why so sour?
Am I sour? Do I appear sour? I?
Yes, you have a sourness to you, good sir.
Oh. Long day? Would you take long day? Long night?
Oh, I will accept it. You've told us your secret already, Bibbidi. Very nice to meet you. I'll make you my special drink. Come, friends, come! And he kind of points to some of the inner circle of his that are hanging around and talks them up. These fine folks are my friends. We go back a whole 27 minutes with this one, Flourish.
Flourish? Is it?
It's just what he calls me.
Oh, you're pretty good with a sword. I think Flourish actually fits.
One of the Yeti friends of yours, Xana-Ra, is coming over, a little bit drunk already, holding a nice steaming mug of warm malt cider. Hey, Xana, you got the newcomers as well. Hey, hi.
This is my
Oh,
friend
you'll have
here.
to-
Oh, it's going down tonight.
I'm Lousy. We go way back. It's so good to have you back, Xana. It's been so dull without you.
I
Cheers.
bet. We'll change that up. Hey, Lau, let me just ask you just a random question. And he sort of pulls Lau in close. What's the situation going on at the dragon's belly? Is there anyone around that?
Oh, fuck's sake. It's been... Let me tell you. And he goes into a rant that is clearly well ranted. It's the 5th time he must have talked about that in a week. He's like, so the foreman yet again says I didn't clean up my machinery and I didn't take away my magic reagents in time, which is why the explosion happened. But I didn't cause the explosion. I put everything away, I think. I'm pretty sure I put everything away. After the explosion, it's so hard to tell because everything's gone. But either way, it wasn't my fault. And he goes into this long-winded rant about corporate structures and, you know, how the boss never appreciates his work. Anyway, what was the question?
Oh, nothing. You gave me everything I needed to know, Lau. Very good. So, you see my friends here. Pour them a drink of our fantastic elixirs.
Drink! And he runs off to a big pot that someone has set up on top of a fire where people can get their malt cider from.
Well, things to
he's
do to
starting to
prepare
film.
for the panel. Especially this one. My friend, Beauchef, Brandon, Blanche. Yes, get him some of our
You
best.
got it.
And Phöebe. Are you okay, Phöebe?
Oh, I'm fine. Thank you for asking.
Yes, you must be the storyteller.
Sure.
I look forward to hearing some of your tales.
Okay.
Oh, yes. You don't talk much, do you?
Not usually.
Ah, yes. Yet you are the storyteller.
That's what Flourish tells me.
Yes. You have strong faith, don't you? In those around you.
I like to think so.
Nice to meet you. Keep an eye on
It's
Brandon.
nice to meet you too. I will.
It's
And
Blanche,
he kind
actually.
of... Yeah, oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Bastien. And he sort of, moonwalks. And he sort of moonwalks toward where Pickle is, wherever Pickle is.
I like him.
Wait.
All
Can't deal
right,
with
Pickle.
the Yeti moonwalking
huge,
image is too much.
a huge Yeti is moonwalking up to you.
Pickle,
Yes,
how are you?
I'm doing okay. This is a nice party.
Isn't it? So, Pickle, I don't know if it's the drink talking, but do you mind if I call you Jennifer for the evening?
Sure. That's a fine name.
It is one of my favorites, let me tell you. Jennifer, allow me to introduce you to something. I see there you're holding a very special item I created myself.
Yes.
And Pickle this whole time has kind of been holding it like point downwards towards the ground, like a little bit in front of her, so it's not super close, but she's just...
Uh-huh, yes. Flourish gave
What are
Do
you
you
holding,
know how-
Pickle? Oh,
The
the
dagger.
Sorry, I thought.
Yep.
Yeah, I thought you'd picked something else from the shop. There you go.
Pickle, do you know how powerful you are, Jennifer?
I've been told that a couple of times, but also some of the professors didn't think so. But that was a while ago. Yes, I am powerful.
You are. You don't sound like you believe it, but that's okay. Fake it till you make it. But I don't think you'll have to fake it, Jennifer. There's somewhere I'd like to show you, Jennifer, but the only way to get there is by moonwalking.
What is
So,
Ask
hi
Phöebe.
LFM. Thank you so much for that raid. You just came into a moonwalking Yeti. I wish I could explain it to you in a way that makes sense, but I can't. Thank you so much for being with us on the Song of the Deep D&D game. We're at a party with a very peculiar individual that is Xana-Ra, our guest this week, and that's all I'm going to say. I'm going to give it back to him because I want to see what happens next.
Okay, you might have to show me how to do that. Are you using magic? Because I'm not having very good luck with magic.
Oh, no. It is an invention. Let me show you. And he sort of stands tall. Now relax your shoulders, Jennifer. Come now. And he picks up one of the... I don't know. I've never explained how to moonwalk. Yes, it's just something that you feel. And he picks up one of his heels, and he just sort of steps down on it, and he makes it look like he's gliding. Jennifer, give it a try.
Okay.
And she gives it a try. Should I roll for that? I kind of want to roll for this. Let me roll a dice.
I was gonna beg for a performance check.
Absolutely.
Please, God, if ever there was a time for you to roll a natural 20.
It was a 14.
That's not bad.
So that's not bad. You know, she's gonna
very
try.
nice.
And she starts to feel her tail, and like somehow manages to like hop over her own tail so that she doesn't trip on it.
Yes. Quite right. Very good, Jennifer. Come with me. And he sort of moonwalks for a bit, just kind of surveying the party, making sure everything's good. and he starts to head with Pickle toward the dragon's belly.
All right. We are quickly staying with our three before we take these two into the dragon's belly, because these three are now being served Yeti alcohol, and Yeti are 7 foot tall, and you are not. Are you all partaking? Because you had a rough night.
Yeah.
I am.
I don't drink.
It is nice to warm your hands on the cup as you hold it, but don't really
I'm
take
that
a sip.
Yeah, I'm that guy at the party that babysits the same cup throughout the night.
And it might be a wise decision, because I would like Bastien and Phöebe to roll me a Constitution save. It's a low DC for now. We'll see how the night progresses.
I've got a 21.
I forgot we were playing a game
Nice.
and didn't have my sheet open. I got a 10.
All right, you feel it. Bastien, you take a drink and you expect cider because that's what he called it, but to you it tastes like spirit. It tastes like liquor. There is a very spicy note to it that is warming, absolutely warming, but it is stronger than you thought, and it goes to your head for a little bit. It's up to you how much, really. It's up to you how you want to play it. You're not completely blind drunk right away, but you are staggering as you didn't quite expect that punch to be quite so punchy.
Whew. Okay. So it's a party. I think I needed that. I think I needed that really bad.
I told you.
You were right, as always. Oh.
Alright, so now that we're all friends, that's good stuff, right? Now that we're all friends, like, what are you guys doing here? Because it's cool. Like, I like it when people are here. Like, I'm down in the belly, constantly, like, locked in. I rarely see the moonlight, or the sunlight for that matter. So, I'm really happy when there's new people in the settlement. And Xana-Ra's speaking really highly of you, Flourish. That's good. Like, it's really good when you can get a connection, like, right away, right?
Yes, he seemed to be expecting me. I think he's tuned into the storm the same way that I am. He's a wise, interesting person.
Did he tell you that story too about the storm? Because he never fucking
Wait.
shuts up about it.
The story about the man talking to the storm. And then farting.
No, his...
What?
You know what I mean? I mean, when he got lost in the storm, when he was running with the ice people, ice runners, when he was icing with the running with the ice runners.
He failed to mention that.
Well,
Sounds
don't
like a
ask
good
him when
one.
I'm there, because I've heard that fucking story 30 times. But
So you
It's
know all
a
the
good
details
one.
and can tell it.
yeah, so he was out, and then he got lost, and then he said he was in a storm, and then he came back. He tells it better, to be fair.
Mm-hmm. Well, I like
Who are
it.
you?
Lightning.
Lightning. Huge paw for a fist bump. Huge paw.
Just hits. I see
What?
why he outsourced the storytelling and music. Okay,
What?
well, I'm going to see about this prototype. You three have fun. Here, you can have my drink.
I don't think
Thanks,
I don't think I need it right now, actually. But thank you.
Phöebe, would you like my drink?
Okay.
All right.
Oh, it's that kind of night.
Don't do anything I wouldn't. I think that's what people say. Don't do anything I wouldn't do.
Leaves
That's
very
probably
little.
a very short list of things.
That's true. And he just walks off like awkwardly after. he's trying to be fun.
Laosi is still standing there smiling, that big doofy grin slightly swaying. So what's your story? And he points at both of you.
It's complicated.
Yeah. We have a lot of them, though. Lots of stories. They keep getting weirder, too.
Bastien's really good at telling stories. Or are you Blanche now?
You know, I have an Aunt Blanche. Hated her. What, do you want to... Do you want to hear a story?
Always.
Yeah. Story, 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 story. And a couple of Yeti are picking up on the story chant around you.
Okay. Well, so Shadowface stories are a little dark. I'm just warning you. Like, they kind of they don't have happy endings most of the time. So, like, if you're expecting, like, oh, fairy tale, it's all good fun, it's yeah, it's not at all that. Did you want a happy story?
Yeah, we kind of... You tell your story. Like, what's your story?
Yeah, okay. So, again, it's a little bit on the bleak side, but just play along with me here. So there was this girl, right? I'm gonna fuck this up. Pardon me. There was this girl. She lived in the woods. No. In a... yeah, in the woods. Okay, right. She lived in the woods. In the forest. Forest, that's the word I'm looking for. In the forest. And she would go out on the shadow roads. Oh, you probably need to know what that is. In the shadow realm where I come from, there are shadow roads that get between places, and they're very difficult to navigate and very scary, and you can get lost on them, and people die there sometimes, but we know how to get around. That's just background. Anyway, there was this girl. She lived in the forest, and she would go out all the time on the shadow roads, And she would spend her days in the woods, in the trees, talking with animals and everything. And then every morning her mother would warn her, be careful, because there are many things in the Shadow Realm with eyes and teeth, and you can't bring that home with you. It might harm us. And the mother would say, now off you go. And then she would go out to the forest. And then she came home one day as she was walking home on the path, and she saw two eyes in the dark staring at her, big yellow, glowing eyes. And she said, "Who are you?" to the eyes. And the eyes said, pardon me, when my father used to tell the story, he always used to do this voice here. So the eyes said, "I am the one who watches over the wood." It sounds a bit like Lorenzo, actually, now I think about it. Sorry, great. I am in every shadow, and every creaking tree. Tell me, little girl, are you afraid? And she said, Nope, not afraid. And it said, well, suit yourself. And then she got home that night. Her father wasn't there. He didn't scoop her up and put her into bed, tell her a story like he always did. It was just her mother, and her brother. Father was gone. So the next day she goes to the forest again. And this time she's walking through the woods, and she trips on a tree root, scrapes her knee. Awful. And then she looks down and sees teeth growing up from the roots. And she said, "Who are you?" But it said, "I am the mouth that keeps the forest fed. When it hungers, I bring meat to it to survive. I drain blood to quench its thirst. Tell me, little girl, are you hungry?" And she said, I'm not hungry. My mother will take care of me." So it laughed and said, "Suit yourself, little girl." And when she went home, her mother was gone. Just her and her little brother, left alone to fend for themselves. So she went back again, hoping she could climb a tree, something that would make her feel better. She always loved looking up at the clouds. She went into the woods, climbed the highest tree she could find, and saw the house, her house, from all the way up there. And then she heard something, wind, howling around her, whispering in her ears. And she said, "Who are you? Have you come to take me away?" And it responded, "I am the silence that keeps the forest quiet. The world outside is filled with wailing and weeping, and I bring soothing and I bring peace. Now tell me, little girl, would you like to be soothed?" And she remembered her brother at home, bawling, crying, with no one to comfort him if she were gone. But with a shaky breath she said, "Yes, I would like to be soothed." And with a mighty gust, the voice howled so loudly that all the trees shook and wrapped her in a vortex of wind, so great and so loud it drowned out every other noise in the forest, even the sound of her own heartbeat. And when she got home, her brother was there. He came toddling up to her, his mouth moving, but no sound came from it. Not a cry, not a wail. Silence. Complete, deafening silence. And she said, "Brother, what do you want? How can I help?" His face crumpled. He cried, he stamped, he hollered, but no sound. She said, "Why can't you hear me?" The sound of the wind bellowed in her ears. My brother looked around, bewildered. Then he turned and walked away, leaving Sane, the little girl, alone. She went inside the house. One, where there should have been 4. She did not close the door behind her. The forest had come home to stay. Oh, sorry, that's the end.
You look into faces that are absolutely bound to your story and hanging on to every word you said. But also a little bit of misty-eyed and a little bit of... But... And then one of them pipes up. Was she okay, though?
No. And that was sort of the point. You know, it's
She didn't
those
seem
fables.
okay.
Those fables parents tell their kids to make them scared so they don't go off by themselves. You know? She ended up with no one, and I guess we're all supposed to learn from that, don't wander off by yourself in the woods.
And one of the Yeti slaps the other and says, yeah, that's like the story Mum told us about getting lost in the snow, right? And then breaking through the ice and we all get eaten by sharks. Yeah, that was terrifying. That was crazy. And they
Yeah, sounds
are
like the same kind of thing.
picking up a conversation at this point. They're from that moment of silence and that moment of shock. There's like, yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. Yeah, you shouldn't be alone in the woods. That was a really good story, Bastien. Oh, sorry, what did he call you? What are you known as here now? Betty Jude.
I am called many things to many people, but I believe in this area I am Blanche.
Blanche, that was... You're really good, and smacks you on the shoulder, which is... Ow. You're amazing. Thanks. That was... We were all hanging on to your every word. That you can tell another story. Maybe not right now. Save your voice. That sounded like it was like harsh on your vocal cords, but that was good. That was good. More drinks.
Thanks.
More drinks. How are you for drinks?
I'm gonna take it easy tonight, if that's all right with you.
Well,
I
more
have
for
2,
us.
so
one in each hand. And some of them are wandering off. A couple of not quite so drunk yet Yeti are staying with you just to chat a little bit more about where you're from, about various about your journey here. That's the word I was looking for. Your journey here, and just, you know, a little bit of small talk, a little bit of party chat. You're starting to get to know various Yeti. You also see a new Yeti arrive. You see a shear. The psyche of was it Nangla? Yeah, Nangla, the voice of home and duty, exactly the type, the Yeti that spoke to you during that audience last time. You can think about if you want to approach her or not, because we are moving over to the Moonwalkers. So, Lorenzo and Pickle, Xana-Ra. You see, Lorenzo, you see Xana-Ra taking Pickle a little bit aside, walking in a strange fashion.
Excuse me, Xana-Ra. Why are you walking backwards? Gliding backwards?
Yes. Gliding, yes. Yes, this is a dance, Flourish. Show me your ability to dance. Come on now.
There's not the appropriate music, and I don't have a partner.
what kind of music would you require? And shall I get, what's her name? Kirsten. What was her name? Crombie.
Jennifer. Huh?
No, you're Jennifer. No, you don't know Flores. Flores has a woman he fancies. Her name is Abercrombie.
Xana-Ra, 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 Xana-Ra,
What?
Xana-Ra, Xana-Ra.
You? Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I apologize. It was a secret. Yes.
Fucking love you, Marlon.
You must learn to dance. Come on, Flores. Listen to me. It's hammer time. Let's start dancing.
What?
And
No,
he starts.
it's not hammer time.
What? What? Why?
No,
Why can you hammer time?
That means something entirely different.
Does it? I
Yes.
believe. You know what? I agree. But come along with us, Flores, while I show Jennifer around the belly, and then I've got something for you. You've created quite a party.
I just brought my friends. Oh, how did you get Jennifer out of picklefish?
That's a good
How did
question.
I get pickled fish out of Ralu?
Well, that's a story for another time. Jennifer, are you ready? And he starts to moonwalk. And they beeline it toward the belly of the fish, but as Xana-Ra is moonwalking, he's going like this and not breaking eye contact from Lorenzo.
Pickle's gonna follow his lead and, like, with the dagger, not pointing it at him, but, like, motioning it around. Like, yeah.
Lorenzo's just gonna follow and not look either one of you in the eye. I can't be a stoic vampire. with the moonwalking Yeti and rat person staring at him. I can't. I'm not that good. So I'm just gonna look down and follow.
Yes.
All right. So, sorry, were you gonna say something, Lorenzo?
Oh no, I just losing my mind over here.
You are heading down towards the belly of the dragon, which is a place that you know quite well, Xana-Ra. Let's build this place together. I want to first hear how you have that in mind. How it looks like, the workstations, and just what this place full of Yeti engineers is made to be.
I picture this sort of, as you walk in, there's these stairs that head down into this sort of warehouse where you just see everyone's projects, everyone working. You see an area where there's steam coming out, but then you see pipes and weapons, and you see this huge wall, probably 2 stories high, of these creations, these sketches, and the scaffolding for them to climb up and draw their ideas and try to make what they imagine come true. And then there are offshoots of the room of the room. So that's sort of a rough of what I picture the belly looking like. Oh, I think you're muted.
I'm being muted, yeah. With that in mind, Pickle, is there anything you would like to add? What are you seeing when you picture this belly of the dragon full of Yeti engineers, now that you know a little bit about the weapons and what kind of technology they're using?
I think honestly, I really love how this is set up. I think it'd be really. I like the communal aspect of it, and so I'd like to think, you know, you can see different Yetu kind of wandering around and chipping in on somebody else's design, or like looking at something like, oh yeah, that looks good, and just kind of hashing something out together. But yeah, like that's a solid. I love this. I love this mental image.
And Lear, you, Lorenzo.
I can see a small alchemical side of it where they're working on concoctions and maybe like a busking area. So if anybody wants to entertain them while they work, they can.
And in fact, that alchemical side, you still see the marks of an explosion that must be the one that the drunk Yeti was talking about earlier on. You see that an area is cordoned off, and a strange green glowing mold has grown on the wall where that blackened explosion has occurred. People are making a white berth, but occasionally you see a Yeti pointing at it, laughing, talking to another one. There's a decent amount of people there, but Xana-Ra not quite as many as there would be during daytime. It's all in shifts. Lots of Yeti are working there. Engineering is, after all, what they are known for and what they're incredibly good at. And this is where you spent a lot of time, partly growing up and then just to further your own ideas that were given to you by, well, whatever voices live in your head, because I cannot imagine that there's no voices living in Xana-Ra's head right now. What are you showing them?
Jennifer, is there anything that interests you here?
All of it.
That's what I thought. Come over here. And he sort of kind of does a little jog, an excited jog, like jog over to the wall where the sketches and the drawings are. You have talent, don't you? You have ability.
A little bit. I did train in a dwarven forge for most of my life, so I
That's
know my way
remarkable.
around a hammer.
That's fantastic. Have you ever considered the idea of being an artificer?
I believe it's art of
No.
it. Never mind.
What was that,
And we'll
Flourish?
never know if
Nothing, Xana-Ra. Absolutely nothing. You spoke of a prototype. If I brought you some friends, I was
I
hoping
did.
that you might show that to me.
Oh, yes.
Of course, after discussing artificers with Pickle, Jennifer.
Yes, I will
Like it's
deliver,
clear on his
Flourish.
face. He hates this. He hates all of it.
And Xana-Ra comes up to your face, he just grabs it, he goes, "It's okay, Flourish. It's okay.
I
It's
hate
all
this
right."
too. This is awful. You're so big.
That's what Florence says to me sometimes.
I can
don't
imagine,
think
Jennifer.
so.
So, Jennifer, I'm curious of your ability to create. I've got something for you that I'd love for you to have. I've been wanting you to have this for quite some time. He goes over to this workstation that looks like it's his, and it says for Jennifer. and he rolls up sort of this blueprint, and he says, "This, I guess you can call this my book. It's my book of art," and he hands it to you.
And she like
I
takes it
believe-
tentatively.
I'm pretty sure
I
that book is
believe
bigger
you-
than Pickle.
I believe there's very interesting things you'll be able to do with it. I have no use for it anymore, Jennifer. It was always meant for you.
Well,
You
well, thank
literally
you.
just
I
met.
appreciate that.
You're welcome, Jennifer. If there's anything you should need, just know I will help you, and I am always by your side. And he just sort of looks down, and he looks away, and he just kind of shakes it off. Well, Flourish, we had a deal, didn't we?
Yes. And somehow I'm still very confused about everything that's happening.
Yes.
The prototype.
Yes, but you have to deliver one more thing for me, Flourish.
What do you
I
need
need to hear
Xana-Ra?
I need to hear music. I need to hear the music of your friends. Then I will be happy. Then you will have my prototype.
I'm sure Bastien will be starting soon.
Then let's go. I've always wanted to hear Boom Shaka Laka Laka play his instrument. And he runs off out of the shop. And
Yeah,
as he's doing it, he's like, take note. Take note of Jennifer. She is family.
Lorenzo just looks to Pickle and goes, he has to be doing this on purpose. There's no way he got
has to
Boom
be.
Shaka Laka 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 out of Bastien. I refuse to believe that.
I think we're on the same page. I like him though.
Yes, he doesn't finish the sentence. He just walks.
Lorenzo, can you help me with this giant scroll?
Oh, of course.
Thank you.
He just picks up the book. Do you are you good from there, or is there anything else I can help you with?
I think that's everything. I'm a little confused, but it seems like we're having a good time, so we should go back?
Well, between you and me, Bastien seems to be in a mood, and I don't know if I trust Xana-Ra around. You know how Bastien gets.
Yeah. That's
I
true.
mean, I can barely handle being called
Fish? Is that you?
fish.
Pickle, you feel something drawing you towards the workbench.
I remember this.
And as she looks at it, she starts to get kind of that, not necessarily homesickness, but there's like a familiarity about it that she kind of like,
Oh. Yeah. This is kind of like the forge.
Are you all right, Pickle?
Yeah. I might need a minute. Do you mind if I join you in a second?
Take all the time you need. I'll be just this way. See you soon, Jennifer. He walks up.
You too, Flourish.
Pickle, when you get a chance to... Do I still have the voice mod on? No. Pickle, when you get a chance to look around, you notice a couple of instruments that are familiar to you, and a couple of instruments that aren't at all. You notice items that look similar to something you've created. And when you inspect them, feeling that inner excitement, a fish who is constantly talking excitedly in your mind.
It looks a little bit like, oh, like that walking puppy you've made out of metal and wood. That was my favorite. It jumped.
That was mine too.
What's this?
And fish almost drags you. Fish can't take over your body, but, almost compels you to look at another item. It's like a kid in a toy store. And at some point, you're not entirely sure if it's fish or if it's you or if it's both. But when you look at these pieces of engineering wonder, you feel like you could understand that if you had a little bit more time to look at it proper, to figure out some of the newer engineering these Yeti are clearly capable of. And you look at the dagger, you look at the canisters, the compressed steam canisters, you look at the plans, the scroll that is folded out on the table, the drawings on the wall, that huge wall of ideas. How do you feel standing in a place like this that is so similar to a place you once called home?
So at first, first coming down there, it was a little alien. But as she is standing there and kind of soaking this in, and what she sees and what she feels just reminds her so much of growing up with Ruby Brow. She would also kind of plan things out similarly. She'd have an entire wall decorated with what her next projects would be. And Pickle can kind of remember just that feeling of, the first day that she was able to look at that wall and understand what the diagrams meant on the drawings. And she kind of feels this, and she gets really excited. And that kind of happiness is a little bittersweet because she's remembering her first home. But she just feels right in this moment.
And you start getting to work. We move back to Bastien and Phöebe, who have spotted a shear, one of the leaders of the Yeti in the crowd. People are respectful, incredibly respectful towards her. But she seems more casual than the time you met her up in the dragon's head. She is still dressed in a robe that indicates her status. But she has a laugh with some Yeti who approach her. She smiles. She even accepts a drink that is offered to her.
I didn't particularly care for any of them.
No. They're doing their best. But I don't think they're always going about it in the right way.
Have to agree. I mean, I don't know. I can't pretend I know them as people, but They sure could have been a fair sight more helpful.
They could have. They chose not to. Everybody has their secrets. They're very inconvenient for us, but they're allowed to have them.
Speaking of that, do you want to talk about it?
About the spell. The memory.
Yeah.
I don't really know what to think. It's really simple, but really complicated at the same time.
It's a lot to process.
Mm-hmm.
And, frankly, we don't know what it means. You don't know what it means.
No. No. I don't. And I don't really know how to find out.
I suppose, well, it didn't really tell us what all this shard business means. But, well, it does sort of confirm what I said to the psyche. You are special.
Just a person.
And so am I. Suffice to say, at least you're a person with powerful relatives.
Are you actually okay, or are you lying?
I'm lying.
Do you want to talk about it?
Yes, but maybe after the last of this drink is worn off.
Okay.
Maybe, I'm sure by sunrise I'll feel right as rain.
So much for getting an early start tomorrow.
Yeah. Your sister, can I call her that? I don't know. Should we say Sarastra, her. Wasn't exactly what I thought she'd be. Though now I'm... Well, I'm not exactly sure now, because, I'm kind of even more confused than I was before. Let me sober up, and I swear I'll tell you all about it.
Okay. If you want.
But I'm serious, Phöebe. I just... It doesn't change anything. I would hate for you to think that.
Promise?
And he, extends his hand with the cut across his palm. Can I see yours?
Yeah.
Now we have a set to match. And he shakes her hand with it. Promise. I swear it. Doesn't change a thing.
And you're not lying?
And this time, I'm not lying.
I know.
Go enjoy yourself, huh? You've had so much to think about. It's
I am.
all right. Don't worry about me.
I will, but I won't tell you.
I know
if
you
it makes
will.
you feel better.
That's good to hear. Come on. I haven't danced in a while. What do you say?
I'm a terrible dancer.
Oh, me too.
Okay.
Sounds good.
And as a few Yeti are picking up their instruments and start dancing, the evening is going into that stage of partying where you don't really care for very long whether you're a good dancer or not. Up to you whether you join that sentiment or not, but the Yeti are certainly enjoying themselves, and Ashir keeps a careful watch on you. You see her every now and then, Phöebe, looking into your direction. Xana-Ra is... She nods back at you. Xana-Ra is joining as well, just as the music hits. And just as the party gets to that point that you enjoy so much. You see your brother, Xana-Ra, appearing in one of the cavern entrances, looking bleary-eyed. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. And he walks up to you as he says that, still in a sleeping robe, and he gives you a huge hug. You are taller than him. He is fairly short for a Yeti. But he gives you a big hug. I hate you, brother. My God, I've missed you. Come here, you glorious
I've missed
bastard.
you. How are you doing, my brother?
Of course you come here and cause a ruckus immediately. I should have known.
Well, you
Oh
know,
my God.
it is the anniversary.
So it
You
is.
have to commemorate this. You have to commemorate these things proper, like.
Nobody quite commemorates like you do.
Yes.
Where's the wife? Not bringing her along?
No, not this trip. There are things that I must finish. You know my
See,
stories.
Oh, I know them well. You've told them a lot, and I never quite understand them, but for some reason, other people do. I'm just happy to see you well.
I have a feeling there are those that are here that know exactly these tales I speak of. I'm simply preparing them for what lies ahead of them.
And he sees you
finish what
glancing.
I could not.
Sorry. He sees you glancing at Phöebe, Bastien, and looks around. Wait, the strays we picked up?
Yes. 'Twas no accident.
What do you know
It is
about
my...
them?
I don't know. But I have to look at one of them in the eyes for a moment. I have a feeling I can find her. my daughter, my Jennifer.
Well, as long as you ask them, if it's okay, I'm a little bit...
Let's see if we can get some music out of them, shall we? Before this ends. Keep Ashir happy.
I think she's quite happy. She's on her third drink, from what I can see. What do you say?
Oh,
And he sort of
very
leans
nice.
into you. Is that 2 drink or 3 drink a sheer? She gets terrifying at 4 drink a sheer.
Yes, I am very much looking forward to 4 drink. I'm hoping for 5 drink.
I have never experienced 5 drink a sheer. You're on your own. I'll see you around. Don't burn the place down again.
No, of course not. I'll
And
freeze
he
it first.
start. You see him stop a little bit as you mutter that, and then keeps on walking. He's joining the crowd in his sleeping robes. Yeah, it's everyone has kind of arranged themselves with just the way Xana-Ra is and whatever, whenever he comes back, what he does to the settlement. Lorenzo, you're joining the group as well, coming back up, while Pickle still stays hammering and crafting in the dragon's belly.
Yeah, I believe I was on my way to actually get Bastien, as Xana-Ra requested. Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah. Can hear.
Sorry.
Okay. Oh, there we go. So yeah, okay, he would just be scoping out, looking for him.
Bastien and Phöebe are dancing terribly right now.
Oh, Xana-Ra joins in.
Oh,
This
hello.
He tries to start spinning them.
Oh,
Lorenzo, I'm afraid if you
Oh.
want to get to them, there is a dance floor to overcome.
this is Lorenzo's Everest.
Excuse me, pardon me. He's just walking his way through. Excuse me, pardon me. Excuse me. Nope, not dancing. Just excuse me. Oh, okay. Watch out. Hey, I'm small here. Do I need to roll a oop check?
You can roll me a
The Midwestern
general
oop
charisma
check.
check to see just how willing people are to make way for you.
Let's go.
if it's-
All right.
If it's under a 10, someone will literally drag you into the dance.
I rolled a 13, then I get a +4 on my charisma.
Okay.
Oh, no,
You-
no, ma'am. No, ma'am. No.
There was definitely disappointment on that Yeti's face. And you get to them spinning, dancing, and actually smiling.
All right, Xana-Ra, you're already here. Bastien, it's just about time for you to go up. They want to hear some music from our world,
Oh.
and then you'll show me the prototype. Is that right?
That's
Xana-Ra?
correct.
You should play.
Lorenzo, can we talk a moment, please, away from the dance floor?
Okay, but I am not dancing. This isn't the
No,
right kind of
nor
music.
would I ask you to. Much as I would pay
Okay.
to see that.
Xana-Ra follows uncomfortably. You wanted to talk to us. We're here. And like really, really
continue
close, like
dancing.
awkwardly close.
I could see the Phöebe hand motion, but just watch.
Yes.
Serving it. Oh god. It's like the lawn at a fish concert.
It's like just perfectly content.
You needed to speak to. And he just looks at Xana-Ra and he tries to like walk a little, like maybe a foot or two away. He wanted,
And he just keeps going like, yes.
He's gonna just keep following us. Whatever you have to say to me, I think you have to say it in front of our friend.
Can't do
here.
it.
Wait, what do you can what? Say it in front of him? I can't get rid of him.
Listen to me, Brittany. You will play.
I can't.
Wait, sorry. What do you mean you can't play? You'll be fine. He's a little strange, but I mean, just any old ditty will do.
I can't play any old ditty. I can't play anything.
Is this nerves? You're fine.
No, it's not. I gave it away when we did the ritual.
Oh, you're Dulcimer?
No. I spoke to Sarastra. She asked what I would give to restore Phoebe's memory. She took my music, Lorenzo. I can't do it. She showed up again and gave me the bracelet. I don't know, but I tried. I can't play.
You can't play a single note.
It wasn't working.
Barbara, listen to me. And he grabs your chin. I've lost things too. I thought for a long time I couldn't create anymore. I was creating for her. And now she's gone. And I would like very much to have her back. But I realize this. There are some things that no one can take. And I know you. We've known each other a long time. 57 minutes. What I've realized from you, Buffkin, is that many things have been taken from you. Except for you. And you give many things to others. And I look forward to many more things to come.
If I'm to understand correctly, Bastien, Xana-Ra, this wasn't something taken. This was something given.
Yes.
And you
I chose to do it. I told her I told her anything. And I meant it.
for a memory.
For her.
Xana-Ra starts to clap, and he says, "That is the most beautiful song I have ever heard. Thank you, Bastien. I mean
Hey,
Blanche.
you... So close.
Sorry." And he just starts to moonwalk away toward a dancing Phöebe.
I wish I could do that.
Okay. Phöebe, you see Xana-Ra come up to you.
Hi again.
Hello, Phöebe.
Hey, you
Is that
said
how
it
you
right.
say your name? Yes. May I have this dance?
Okay.
And he motions to the musicians to play something sweet, something, and then he says, "Play something that Jennifer would have liked."
Who's Jennifer?
Jennifer was my sweet baby girl. And I come here every year to honor her because I lost her in the storm. And when I heard tale of you folk, I realized maybe there's hope. I've been avoiding you, Phöebe, because I see her in your eyes. I see that she isn't lost, not all the way, but she's still here. In all of you, but especially you. The Snow Mother has done a lot for all of us, hasn't she?
Apparently so.
You all have quite a journey left. The shadow roads are before you, and you must know that the Snow Mother did everything she could and sacrificed herself to imprison him. You know who him is, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
Then make sure they make it. Maybe once a year come on back so I could see my baby girl.
I would like that very much.
Thank you, Phöebe. Now, I have a promise to keep. See you in a bit, and if I don't, I'll see you again one day. At Xana-Ra.
I believe it.
And he just
Goodbye.
sort of walks toward the shop.
All right, you walk
I'll pray
towards
for
the
you.
shop. Lorenzo is waiting.
Flourish!
Yes.
I see you're ready for me to uphold my end of the bargain.
May as well.
Yes. Flourish, at the end of this, all of it, where do you see yourself?
I don't know.
That's exciting. You tell the storm where to go, my friend.
It's the other way around. The storm tells me where I'm needed.
That's not what I've seen. And he walks back into the prototype area, and he throws off this sort of curtain, and you see it. You hear it first, as steam just sort of shoots out of both sides. The sheen of it flickering off of the dim lighting in the shop. And he walks over to you, and he holds to you the gunhammer.
Takes it. Feels right.
It's been waiting for you. And so have I.
They tell me you have another story about the storm.
I do.
I'm hoping one with less farting.
Yes. I tell that bit to keep myself from going to that place. But there's someone I lost in the storm. And I have hope now. It was good to meet you, Lorenzo.
It's good to meet you, Xana-Ra. You've given
I hope
me...
we meet again.
We will. I will find what you lost in the storm. I will bring it back.
See her. I got to see her. I got to give her things that I dreamt in Pickle. I got to tell her things that I wanted in Bastien. And I got to look in her eyes in Phöebe's. Thank you, Lorenzo. Thank you for bringing your friends. Well, I'm in trouble because I've planted little gas bombs
Wait,
to
what?
go off. Yes, you might want...
Why?
I would have to pack up and go, because, you know, I have to leave them with something to remember me by.
Oh, dear God. I don't even know how this works.
Oh, you don't? Well, let's give it a shot, shall we?
He just takes a step back, points it up. Pulls the trigger.
Are you doing this all inside?
Yes.
And you know what? This is your weapon. I'm not going to take the blame for this. Marlon, you tell me. Xana-Ra, you tell me. What happens when he pulls that trigger?
Do it, Lorenzo.
I pulled the trigger. What happens, buddy?
All right, it causes a chain reaction that ignites all the other steam-powered devices, and then fireworks go off that hopefully light up the sky and cause chaos around the dragon's head. Hopefully, wakes all those old guys up.
And it does. It is fireworks, it is sparkles, and it is sound that is almost like a whistling and half a crashing drum kit that is roaring through a dragon's mouth. The dragon is roaring indeed. And as the lights come on in all the caverns, as the people come out, some to angrily shout, some to go, "Oh, it's Xana-Ra! I almost missed this!" There is a rejoicing and a cursing and a faint smile on Ashir's lips as the party comes to its clashing, crescendoing finale. And I think this is where we're going to stop today.
There is one last thing I'd like to do if I could, because I've just remembered I have this spell. When I give Xana-Ra our last handshake, I would like to cast Find Kin.
Okay.
Here, I'll pull it up. I'm so sorry. I looked at my character sheet. I was like, oh, that's right. I have this spell. We could talk about it afterwards. Sorry, but if he has a kid in this played, I get to know where they are.
Jext, real quick. Do you have the... Sorry, maybe I was muted. Do you have the text real quick? Can you...
Yeah, I'm pulling it up. So sorry. Gosh darn it, my acrobatics running slow. We could do it later. I'm so sorry. I just thought about it now, and I didn't know we were wrapping.
Oh, it's coming up 50. Which is when we usually wrap.
Yep. Yeah.
Just give me
we'll
the
discuss.
general text again.
The general text is if he has kin on this plane, I should be able to know where they are. A blood relative. Now you can choose that. It just shows me his brother. That's fine. But I was just.
There is kin.
Mm-hmm.
Several on this plane.
Okay.
You see children in Snowhaven. You see his brother in the crowd.
Okay.
And you see
Gotcha.
a flicker, a reflection in Phoebe's eyes.
Okay. Awesome.
Phoebe.
I can't hear you.
And you're feeling different. It's been a strange night. And there's thoughts, there's something compelling you to go out. To see the moon.
Just walk outside.
You look at Dreamer. And you look at Dancer. And you hear a distant storm brewing. In your mind, there's the sad smile of a shadow elf. In your hand, you didn't have the time to take it down, to put it down. Still that mug with the now cold cider. And you feel a familiar hand on your shoulder. And you turn around and see Sarastra looking up to the moons.
We're seeing a lot of each other recently.
And the most interesting family reunion is yet to come.
You're probably not going to explain what that means, huh?
I don't think I will. And she winks at you and vanishes.
That's okay.
And that's where we're going to end today. We have Lorenzo holding the gunhammer. I think I can call it that now, right? Do I have to call it prototype?
We call
Gunhammer,
it
yeah.
Gunhammer.
Oh yes.
And we have Phöebe standing outside looking at the moons. Pickle in the workshop. And we'll see what Bastien does next time on Song of the Deep. But I want to thank Marlon for this. I don't even know how to describe it. Absolutely wild guest spot. I did not know what was going to happen, and a lot happened. And I'm still reeling, but it was hilarious. And I hope you had fun. And I hope you enjoyed your stay here.
Yes, it was amazing. And this cast is amazing. Just all of it. Incredible.
Whew. Thank you everyone watching still on Twitch. Thank you everyone watching on YouTube as well. Thanks to our sponsors, Snowhaven in particular, for creating this fun race to play with, and cosplay in particular. That is a beautiful wig and a beautiful beard. And you rocked it. And of course, thank you everyone here as well. We'll start with Phöebe this time, go counterclockwise to do the outros.
That's me. Hello. I am Savvy at Savvy Seaworth on the internets. I played Phöebe tonight. I am reeling, but in the best possible way. I'm here a couple nights a week. I'm here this season on Monday nights and then also on Wednesday evenings at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, running a game of I Hunt. It's wonderful millennial monster hunters just trying to survive. And it's so good. My cast is wonderful. It's coming out with us on Wednesday. When I am not here, you can find me on twitch.tv/game nights. It's game with 2 G's and nights with a K. We stream almost every day of the week. Lots of tabletop games, lots of video games. We've been doing a lot of video games recently. Most recently, I started playing Code Vein, which is the most anime game I think that exists. So yeah, come hang out with us over there. We got a lot of fun stuff going on. This week we're having our session 0, which is going to be streamed, our setup session for our new season of our Good Society game. The season is called Elegant Magics, and it's Good Society. It's Jane Austen romance, but also this time there's going to be Fae Courts. So that's on Thursday, and we got a bunch of other stuff. So yeah, that's me. Come hang out.
Hello. Oh, I got the wrong glasses. Whatever. Hi. I'm Colin at Colonomicon on places, including here and Twitter and other places. And what am I doing? Oh, tomorrow you can see me 2 o'clock here on Encounter Roleplay, Act on Cthulhu, World War II meets Cthulhu Mythos. Very happy with that. And then Friday night on Master the Game, where I'm playing Pathfinder 2E, playing as a dude whose body is slowly rotting apart, so that's fun. And then Sunday one shot on my channel, twitch.tv/Colonomicon, just my username. It's what the hell is it this week? Oh, 10 Candles this week that Lydia's GMing. A remarkably creepy horror game in which when the lights go out, everyone dies. And the lights always go out. So definitely check that out. And then Every other Friday when I'm not playing Pathfinder, I'm on my channel doing the GM postmortem again with Lydia. Lydia, my co-host on that, where we talk to GMs and game devs how to run a better game. So drop by that every other Friday. So not this Friday, but the following one, where our guest will be Donathan Fry. So that's all.
And I am Marlon. I just try to make people laugh and generally forget the darkness of the world. And I like TTRPGs. And I'll be on Thursdays, Axon Punk, as another dad, Red Baby, which is a lot of fun. That's me.
Hello, everybody. I am Noir. You can find me on Twitter and Twitch as the Noir Enigma. On YouTube now as the Noir Enigma now as well. On TikTok, SoundCloud, and Instagram, you can find me as just Noir Enigma. On Tuesday, you can find me on LFM Network for Degrees of Madness. That's me and the team from Perception Studio with Love Laugh Lindy playing some Call of Cthulhu. That's right, puppets playing Call of Cthulhu, so you have to check that out. Tuesday evening, you can find me over on Madam Gandalf's channel with we're playing Cult. That's been a blast. On Wednesdays, I'm over on TPK Roleplay, where we're playing our Curse of Strahd game. This Thursday is the premiere of my very first TTRPG show that I'm producing. It's called The Lonely Throne. We've got Darby and Harper of Chaos Creations podcast, and Anita and Dee from the Under the Pills. Oh Lord, Under the Pale Sun from Critical Misses. So please do give that a look. It's at 4 p.m. Central. I'm very excited about it. On Friday, you can find me over on Chromatic Chimera, where we're playing a Zweihander game, Bloody Portrait. I get to play with the lovely Anna over there, so that's always a good time. On Saturday, usually you can find me over on Critical Misses for Morning Ritual, but we are taking this Saturday off. But for our season finale, I can now announce that we do have Brendan Lee Mulligan on the 19th, so please come check us out. That's going to be a blast. And this Sunday, catch me over on Critical Misses, where I GM a game of Mask called Second City Saviors. Would really appreciate the support. But that's me.
Yay, and I'm Draku on almost everywhere on the internet except for Twitch, where I am Draku3690. I'm a variety streamer. Tomorrow you can catch me playing Destiny 2, kind of later in the evening, Central Time. And then Wednesday you can catch me playing Baldur's Gate 3. We're bringing back Delilah Pickle. It is my completely randomized gameplay of Baldur's Gate, where the dice make all the decisions for me, and it's been a nightmare in the best of ways. You can also catch me if you're looking for me in another TTRPG stream. We don't have the next month of schedule up quite yet, but I'm over in Gordian Solutions, and I am playing a very creepy robot girl, so I get to use my AI voice. It's been very fun and terrifying all at the same time. Yeah, that's me though. Catch me around and say hello.
And it is a good robot voice. It is terrifying. It is all things wrong and right with the world. So do check that out. I'm Lydia, Half-Assed Hermit, and you can always find me on the Encounter Roleplay Discord, of course. Here again tomorrow with Zweihanders, Flames of Freedom, Boston Besieged at 5 p.m. 5 p.m. EST with Anna. And the projects Colin mentioned on his channel, so next Friday, not the one coming up, the GM Postmortem, and 10 Candles on next Sunday, but you can also check my Twitter for all these things. Thank you very much for watching. We're unfortunately not going to have Marlon next time around, but big applause and big thank you to you for joining us today and for being so bloody fantastic. We're going to see what happens next time on Song of the Deep. Goodbye and good night. And we're going to raid someone.